All right, I don't know what the hell that was. I gotta get with
That's
Kevin.
the news promo.
Right, he's got it set up to where it starts immediately.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how to not do that.
Yeah, you just you got to check it. It's a box check. What's up, everybody? Say what's up while we're here. Fiddle fucking around.
We'll figure out how to operate this.
Yeah. Wait, Counterculture News is no more because Kevin is gonna have his own show. Because I was looking at it and I'm like watching. I'm like, it's good stuff. The other night he had like 16 people watching live, and I was like, damn, that's more than us. But I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, but none of it's current events, which was the point of Counterculture News, was to have somebody that was into news. And so I was like, well, how about you just have your own show and we'll put Counterculture News on the back burner for now until we get somebody that wants to stay up on current events and put out synopsises of actual news. So, but until then, I've got to figure out what the hell to do with that. Anyway, how you guys doing?
Peachy, the world is my oyster.
How about you, Justin?
I thought I was waiting for the intro to go again. I thought you were gonna sneak it in.
I can't hear you, Justin. You're muted, bud.
We're all professionals here.
Your mic's not connected.
Oh boy.
Well, anyway, we're getting there.
I had a great week.
I was muted.
Went to war.
All right, how you doing tonight?
Yo, I'm going.
95 Ocean, you have an open mic. Oh, 95 Ocean, open mic. Oh, 95 Ocean.
What did you say that?
You got me on a hard out.
That was good. That was good. I was waiting for it. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Where did you say that open mic was from again in your intro?
California.
I want to say it's Orange County, California.
Because 95 was us, like 95, 13, 95. So every time I hear it, a certain bitch I used to work with and wonder how many times she would have keyed up if she was with the deputy chief.
Yeah, I think aren't they calling her like Ocean or something like that? Like
that's what it sounds like.
Oh, she's definitely a beach patrol.
Yeah, like 95 Ocean or something like that. Like
that's right up there with the dude that got stuck in the back of the car.
Oh my!
The best part about that was like having him like recreate what happened, like on video.
And he's like, I was using my foot to hold the door open, and then I brought it in, and the door just closed because there's a pull arm on the door.
Forget about them lying, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Fucking DNA, dude. He was toast from the beginning.
He was jizz all over the back.
Yeah, he had semen in the back seat, right?
Yeah,
or on his uniform too.
Did she ever tell on him?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, there you go.
She made the accusation, and then he came.
Well, she didn't have to make the accusation. He got locked in the back with her.
Yeah.
in the chat, it says it's a L.A. Sheriff's Office, and it was a jail deputy. Thanks, no CAD.
We should probably know the answer to that.
Was it a jail deputy with an inmate, or was it two?
Oh, that's better. Oh. That's even spicier.
I know Izzo's got to take on. I talked to a female corrections officer the other day, and I asked her. I was like, straight up, I was like, "What is the deal with you guys falling for the scum of the earth and falling in love with them? Is it a woman thing?" And she's like, "No, huh?
It's power. You have to look at. You ever date anybody? Well, one has, but you ever date a female cop before, or any involved with them? Yeah, they're all alpha until they're home, and then they're submissive, and they want the fucking submissive male. And what better fucking submissive male to dick them down than violent fucking criminals?
Mine's broke. She's never submissive. I gotta find that button. I gotta reset. Hard reset.
You gotta turn it off and turn it back on.
I should clarify, submissive sexually, not submissive in the.
Oh, okay.
Every time Mike tries to push that button, he gets slapped in the face.
Yeah, we had a male transport deputy that was taken inmates back to his house and banging them while they were going to the doctor and stuff. And finally, one of them, he was making promises. I'll get you this. And when he didn't pay up on like a McDonald's trip or a cheeseburger, she went back to his house, banged him, went in the bathroom, cut a fucking lock of her hair out, put it behind his toilet, and then went back to the jail and said, I fucked him on my way. Blah, blah. No, you didn't. She said, go to his house and look behind his fucking toilet. You'll find
Got him.
He got Carl Lewis. He got like 6 years in prison for that.
He couldn't run fast.
Fucking
No.
a chick.
Very good. Yeah, he was on duty fucking cop transporting an inmate, and he ended up going. He got.
I got the reference.
I got.
You should have got the reference.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
That's my contribution to the show.
That's good shit. You should do a locked up podcast with that guy.
The podcast is going actually very well. That since Tyler started pumping my phone number to people,
Everyone.
You wanted me to give it out to everybody. I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah, it's great. No, it's great. I'm doing another episode. I'm recording one Sunday night where the guy got pretty much should be dead. He got shot in the line of duty walking up on a traffic stop. And then I got a guy from the LAPD or LA Sheriff's Office gang unit where they basically walked in and fired or indicted like everybody in the unit at the upper command and then told the rest of them quit or we're going to fire you anyway. And
Did you see the
classic
video? Did you see the video circulating? I've had about 100 people sent to me so far. The guy, everyone thinks he's LA tattoos and he's flashing gang
yeah,
signs.
That's got to be an act.
I think it is. I actually saw like his main page and it says like former LEO on his main page.
Yeah. I said somebody just sent it to me for like the 50th time right before we went on. I said, cops aren't smart enough to learn that fucking thing. Like there ain't no cop alive that can figure all that shit out.
That was some
the guy that's doing ASL, the American Sign Language.
No, this guy's doing fucking.
You're talking about gang signs?
No, he's throwing full. He's in a car. It says police. He's got tattoos everywhere. He looks like Hispanic maybe, and he's throwing it all up there.
Flexing our proud chest, Tyler. What are we doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Trying to burp? Oh, okay.
This is how I naturally sit. So, Izzo,
yeah.
I saw you reverse roast the fucking detective that first off, I feel like ever since I saw that
motherfucker,
I'm like, I saw the treadmill clip probably because of you. And I remember seeing it like a couple months ago. And I'm like, first off, I brought this up and people came to his defense. They're like, well, I'm like, who the fuck starts shift at 3 a.m? I've never heard of that in my life starting at 3 a.m. But people were like, well, it's New York. It could be that way. I was like, okay. But I think
it ruined my fucking day. I defended his name is Barrett. NYPD.
See if I can pull it up while you talk about it.
Fucking whatever. Barrett NYPD. And
you defended him a while, but you posted him a while back, right? Yeah.
In March,
yeah, you stuck up. Yeah, I remember seeing
his thing. Somebody sent me. The guy's fucking jacked. He's in phenomenal fucking shape, and he's got a great message, right? Train regardless of what's going on. And he's showing, dude, I can't get 3 hours or 4 hours of fucking sleep and then pour a cup of coffee. I'm an old fuck. I need my 12, 15 hours of sleep to function properly. So I'm giving him kudos. And in the video, all I said was, you got a great message. This is what I want to see. I want to see more in shape cops who are, proudly, using their platform for good. And I said, but be careful. And the punchline is this fucking amazing. Be careful what you post online because your command staff is going to get you in trouble. So that was that. He DMs me, says, hey, if there's any, well, brother, if there's any, confusion or anything, let me know. I said, hey, hopefully, my message came across clear. I'm defending you because there's some fucking scumbags out there, defense attorneys, people want to get you in trouble, all this shit in your command staff. Not a problem, brother. Be safe, all that crap. The recent deputy that died, and they put up his sleep schedule online, how he's mandatory overtime. And I don't know if the guy got in a car accident or whatever, but I put up online that Barrett's video, and I said, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Don't post online. You just got 4 hours of sleep. Next thing I know, cocksucker makes a video about me, and he goes, oh, what's this Dominic Izzo guy? Is he hate cops? I don't know. I need to look in at him. And I just went, I gotta fucking be me. So I pointed out, dumb fuck. 4 hours of sleep, and your video it messed up your logic because now you're videoing while you're driving.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you dumb fuck. And then again, it wasn't any your detective, and you failed to find out that I was supporting you and his supporters. are so stupid. They're in my comments going, anybody can get 4 hours of sleep and do whatever. And I'm like, you stupid shits. It's not about getting 4 hours of sleep. It's about not providing your command staff enough information to fuck you. Then his bitch whore wife decides to chime in and go, hey, let's expose some of the messages and DMs
That
you got.
was my favorite part. That was my favorite part.
Go to fucking town. Frank Sloop's bitch tried to do that. Other people tried to do that. Fuck them all. Then somebody emails me his disciplinary record a year ago to the fucking day that moron was disciplined and got like a 2-day suspension for violating department policy on social media. It's like, you're stupid. So
Yeah.
that guy, it's like here I was supporting him and then he shits on me. Fuck you.
Yeah, I wonder. I couldn't get that. And
That's what you get. That's what you get for supporting somebody.
They backed out too because I didn't realize it was his wife that commented because I responded to that comment. And I'm like,
well, she's dumb because I had to verify, which just took us Facebook search, and there she is with him, their kid. I'm like, you stupid idiots. Everything's public. Hey, let's expose him. Do it. I'll send you the fucking original video.
What were they trying to what was their argument for exposing?
Years ago, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And I've got some pretty fucking if there's a female on the planet, I've sent her a dick pic. And there's another, I don't know what his name is, whoever runs that. That's how you and I started to connect, Mike. Some other guy
sent him a dick pic.
Yeah,
I will.
It was that out of policy memes. Out of policy memes came after.
Out of policy memes for whatever reason. If you're public, go ahead and be a man. But he got screenshot text messages of me that Frank Sloop's girlfriend, who's a sheriff with the same Pinellas County. She's Pew Pew Goddess on Instagram. For some strange reason, she can't stand me. She was always in my shit. So I sit there and I tell her one day, come online, do a podcast with me, open. You could bury me for I'm a fraud. I was fired. I'll go expose the shit on me. Go ahead and do it. And she DMs me, says, well, why are you talking about Frank? I said, I didn't talk about Frank, but I'm going to. And do I need to sit there and expose that you let guys run trains on your wife? Yeah, it was 5 guys for her 30th birthday. Now what? And that's disgusting, blah, blah, blah. And then she goes on and on and on. And you like bestiality and blah, blah. Well, somebody had sent a screenshot of a text message of a girl that I got what I wanted out of her, right? Served her purpose, this and that. And she took some of my text messages and sent it to that Pew Pew Goddess. So now she's sending it to other people, including that out of context memes or whatever it was. He posted up online. I'm like, dude, I come from the fucking 90s when we emailed shit all over. Post it up online, bro. I don't give a shit. So it blows me away that it's cops and it's their wives who want to expose your shit. I said this about Pew Pew Goddess. How can anybody trust her, Frank Sloop, this other cop, with their intimate secrets if you're only going to expose it up online anyways? How could you be trustworthy as a cop? So
yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I always think it's funny when somebody's going to expose you.
Oh,
and the other thing, I get into argument all the time about that. Somebody said it to me about because you get the pictures on your phone, why you got fired. And I say, if you haven't been a cop, well, the deceased people, I say, I've worked like 12 homicides. I've had dead people body pictures on my phone, and I have definitely sent them to like coworkers going, hey man, look at this fucking shit. You got any, who this guy is? You know anything about like, so for somebody to be so stupid about that too is like, oh yeah, dead body pictures on his phone. I'm like, yeah, I've had 100 of them on my phone. Like, and then he said, oh, he sent it to he sent it to a fucking coworker going, this is the call I'm on. So it's always the fish always grows, and it's funny, and then especially funny to go after you, who will absolutely fucking make a whole episode about exactly what they're trying to expose.
I don't care. I learned this from running for sheriff out here, and that was a big eye opener when I ran for sheriff out in the Chicago area of Cook County. I thought the amount of support that I had online at that time, because we didn't have big social media, we had Facebook, that was it. So I had 100,000 followers, and it was nice. And I'm like, I'm going to make a difference and run for sheriff. The people who came after me the most were cops, and cops from out of state. And I mean, I had retired New York detectives. This piece of shit, David Chianese, who retired at 39 years old. That should tell you something. Number one, he sits there and he creates a page about me. It was anyone but Izzo for sheriff. and he recruited tons of cops from all over the country and was FOIAing all of my content from my departments and saying, oh, see, he only did this, tell the whole story. He only did this, tell the whole story. And after that 2 years for campaigning for that, it's like I stopped caring. Hey, we heard you do this and this and this. And the vindication is now it's like you're a prime example. Now I was telling my wife about this a while ago. I play in the comments section, but I don't have to, because other people know I've talked about my shit so much that they go right in the comments section and go, yeah, he talked about that 5 years ago. Now what?
Yeah.
That's what I saw recently when there was some drama. Everybody was commenting like, you're exposing something that this guy already said himself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything he said, everything himself. So there's no secrets. Now it's just drudging up the old stuff and trying to twist it, which, and that's the argument.
I mean, it's dirty too, because here's the thing. When my podcast got its big break when my co-host, who wasn't even my co-host at the time, outed Rob O'Neill for being essentially the guy that didn't kill Osama bin Laden, put two in his face when he was already dead, but wasn't the sole shooter, right? Rob O'Neill got in our DMs and was wild. And I remember my co-host at the time wanted to post him, and I'm like, it's just it's like man code. To me, you don't post private conversations. Like I don't know if I'm like one of the last people that think that, but I mean, Mike, would you post a private conversation?
Depending on the content. When somebody's talking shit about me, I'm going to absolutely post it. I wouldn't post it in that scenario where you're talking about. If somebody's online defaming me or talking shit about me, and then I have messages showing otherwise, then I'm going to show like this is what was really said behind closed doors.
If you've got to defend, if it's imperative to your argument, I get it. But like these guys, they're just like,
think about the messages I get. I get messages from agent. This is my agency. This is my chief. I would never, ever out somebody, even if I got mad at them, something that's going to really hurt their career or their personal, and I would not.
You say that for counterpunching. It's like, I will never take the first swing, but I will fucking.
Well, when I got into it with those meme pages, my statement was, I don't play offense until I'm playing really good defense. Then I'm going to come back. Like, I'm going to let you go do what you want to do. I'm going to see where you're going to push it. And then when the one page posted my TikTok suspension, I'm like, okay, now we went personal. Another girl did it. You post, okay, now I'm going to. I'm going to request your personnel file from your job, and I'm going to find out you're Baker acted, and I'm going to tell everybody about the time you were arrested as a juvenile. We're going to talk about it, but until then, we can talk shit all day long. But you're gonna, and again, I've already addressed the TikTok thing from day one. So now you're trying to like, oh look, I got him, and I'm like, okay. So, but I would not post something just to post personal conversation to fuck somebody up. That's
no. You know what that does then? That abuses the trust that women will send you to send nudes. So I've never. You got to trust Daddy Izzo. That's it.
You got to trust that. Yeah.
Be over, and then it's a different story.
Yeah. Jerry Worms is in the comments. He says he follows Izzo and he truly posts things that could save some of these idiots from screwing up their careers. Jerry's a longtime cop, now retired, and one of the OGs. So yeah, he brings up points, and Izzo brings up points, whether you like it or not. Izzo was right. Like, he brings up these points, and it hurts some feelings, but sometimes you gotta take a step back and look at it introspectively and go, well, yeah, why did I post myself getting dressed for fucking work on my social media in my own house, showing off my property and all that kind of stuff? Like, it just.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, Izzo, what do you think? I want to be honest, which I know you will. What do you think about me and what I'm doing as a street cop still?
I think you have a good balance. I've looked at your shit, and before we even started communicating, it's like I looked, because I told this to Mike when we first started, talking about me working with you guys. I'm like, I didn't know if I fit in, because I've done not all. Again, one of the things that people think all the time is I'm some self-proclaimed like expert in cop. I was a fucking patrol officer. Okay, there you go. I've did some specialty work, but that's I'm not proclaiming I'm a god of cop. But the goon culture was never my thing. I never went out after work, after shift with the guys at the bars. I was very isolated. I was the asshole who wore a tie when it came down to the winter uniforms. Shine my boots every day. Had to tailor the shirts so they're medium and I look, presentable, always well groomed. I want to be a professional police officer, not just a cop. So when I'm looking at your stuff, I had to do that gut jerk reaction of these guys are fucking goons. I'm not one of them. What can I learn? What can I do? What can I come in and actually find the balance of this? So when I look at your stuff, no, your shit is on par. Everybody's shit is on par. And so if your shit was not on par months ago, I would have said, oh, look at this fucking guy or whatever. But no, I got nothing about your shit, your stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, I try to fight
the
for
Izzo stamp.
The culture of law enforcement, like I
think that's the thing, not to interrupt you, and I'm not blowing you on this. You're actually intelligent. When you listen to you talk and your arguments, there have been positions like when you guys talked about Chauvin. I think everybody knows my position on that. I listened to your arguments and I went, I'm satisfied with their arguments. You guys speak you speak very well when you present your position.
Even though
Thanks.
Even though you're wrong.
Yeah, ideally the culture, I wish cops were more like they were 10, 15, 20 years ago, because
it was a great time.
Right now, they're telling their admin's so out of touch, right? They're telling young kids when they come in, stay off social media. It'll get you in trouble. These kids that are cops now, that are becoming cops in their early 20s, they've never known a world without Instagram. They've had
without it. Yeah.
Well, they are not going to not use it. So it's got to be, I feel like something's got to give. Like, we've got to start accepting this, where like not accepting what you talk about, but accepting the fact that cops are going to be personalities, like YouTube hosts. They're going to be, like a
That's
content.
dangerous.
But
Yeah,
my argument is why not use it to be better? And I think that's Izzo's biggest argument, because the uniform draws the attention regardless. You're going to get pussy. You're going to get all the girls are going to look at you regardless of what you're doing. So why not get better or draw better people to the job?
That was the original intent. I did content.
It was originally, but
it was 2014. You have Eric Garner and then Mike Brown, and it was. I did a video on this today. The two guys.
So you started when the fucking tank for law enforcement started going like this.
I started
around 2014.
Yeah. 01 is when I started.
No,
dude, I'm telling you that.
You started your content
talking.
Oh yeah. It was back then. It was Officer Daniels and Mike the cop, and they were goofy. And because what did we want to do? Humanize the badge, because back then, for those of us who worked, we know you pulled over any black guy and it was, y'all gonna kill me? You're gonna kill me today? It's like shit. Mm-hmm. So we had that. All right, here's levity. Here's humanizing the badge. And you progressed to today. The point back then was we all competed with each other in uniform on content to who could be the best cop, because we represented that culture. Just like Mike just said today, if I'm LGBTQ or trans and I'm standing in a t-shirt or whatever, you don't give a shit. I could talk until I'm blue in the face. Once I am now in video in a squad car and a badge, now, you listen to me. The biggest danger, I think it's going to change objectively reasonableness. I truly do. I think what's going to happen is you're going to have a trans, black, female atheist cop, because it's all over the place. You see Christian Bible reading online. You see, this is my lipstick, that Kaylee quit her job and is now advertising. She's on a fucking show about who's going to be the biggest manipulator. Right. So now it's what happens when Mike gets pulled over by a trans black Muslim, and they look at him and they're immediately in fear for their safety, because here's a white male who looks like he could have voted for somebody they didn't vote. And that's going to put them in a trigger space because the command staff doesn't discipline, and they go right to their fucking pistol. It's going to be a world of other people now, because the standard is objectively reasonable by other officers. What happens 10 years from now? Yeah. When now this new wave of other officers, well, that's objectively reasonable to me. I think it's going to be fucked.
Yeah.
Interesting, dude. I watched your whole, and I watched the entire video. I mean, it was a long video today, but really good. And I commented about it, but watching that Obama speech and seeing it like almost on the day that he made that, and just going, this is, and like Mike said, this is the end. Like, holy crap. Cause I remember kids running around where I worked and they just yell at us going, Obama, 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 like yelling at us as if it was a force field, like it was gonna protect them. And I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Have a good day. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is, you're not hurting my feelings by saying Obama. Like, I'm not mad that we have a black president. I'm not mad that it's this guy. But when he said that, it's like, did he just seriously say that? Did he just seriously challenge law enforcement? And to the point that you made, and it was completely correct. And it's like, so anybody who hasn't seen that, go watch Izzo's video from today.
I forgot that happened. Like when I watched that video, it brought me back to, there was like a 1.5 year period where Obama was the first word out of every stop in the hood.
Yeah.
Oh, you mad because Obama won? Obama won. You're mad. You're going to shoot me. And
my time.
You're just pulling me over.
I completely forgot about it until I saw that, because we've come so far with everything else.
He did it with everything. He made it acceptable to attack police verbally and physically. Trayvon Martin could have been my son. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. He is the shot heard around the world for the war on police. Nobody else more responsible than him.
And what a flip they did, because Biden was the original crack law. He created the crack law that was putting black people in jail for 25 years. When I was in the Fed, when I was a TFO for the Feds, it was 5 and 50. Over 5 grams of crack was 10 years, and over 50 grams of crack was 25 years. And that was a Joe Biden era law to target black people because of crack. And then they rolled it back, and then they let everybody. I did a wire in 2009. We put about 20 people in the Feds. All but 2 were pardoned by Obama when he came in, or commuted. 25, 30-year guys had been selling drugs their whole life. He came in and wiped the whole case out, except for 2 guys.
Really? Why?
He went down the list and called them nonviolent drug offenders because they hadn't killed anybody directly. Their drugs killed plenty of people or ruined lives, everything else crack does. But
meanwhile, there's still guys in jail for weed.
Yeah. These guys were career criminal crack dudes that we put away, and within that was 2009. He took over. By about 3 or 4 years in, he let most of them out. So and then Biden flipped full script and then went completely. They eliminated that law, and then let everybody out that was still facing that law. So it was full circle. Yeah. Back when Democrats were still. That's back when Democrats still had a brain. They still had a brain back then. No, not so much.
Clinton, I think, would be the last one.
The male Clinton.
I hate her as much as you want. I'm going to tell you, this pains me to say it. I can't stand her. I respect the shit out of Hillary Clinton. Anybody who is that Machiavellian, that fucking effective at doing what she does, you gotta respect her. She's a
killing people.
Dude, who can stop her? It's insane.
No, you're right.
I like her, but I respect the shit out of her.
Trump stopped her.
Jail.
You ever see
that was the best debate season in history of America.
Season.
If you think Trump is good, I'm so embarrassed I didn't know about him before. Do you know who Roy Cohn was?
No.
Go watch the YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's Get Me Roy Cohn. I loved Roger Stone. I thought that Trump was great. They both pale in fucking comparison to Roy Cohn. He was the fucking man.
How about that? He called this thing the other day the one big beautiful bill. Like I didn't even know it was called. I didn't even know it was called that till it passed the first part, and I'm like,
and they're actually writing that in the news in the headlines.
Guy would call it the one big beautiful. It was a great bill. It's the greatest bill ever. Some say it's the best. Like the fucking dude called it the one. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
One big beautiful.
Passed the first round.
Yeah, for the House.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So
try to explain this to somebody. Go ahead.
How did you get into single? I've always wanted to ask you this: single host content, where like you're by yourself. Are you naturally got the gift of gab where you can talk like that, or did that take? I could never do that. I could never host.
Who are you talking to?
You
to Dominic.
It's I don't know. It's always been I'm an external processor, so you and I could both come to the same conclusion on something. It will take me 2 hours to verbally express, to finalize my point, what you can get out in 5 minutes. It's just always, you'll form your thought, you'll make a statement, it'll be succinct. And me, it's that way. I started podcasting in 2017, and I was doing Cop Talk Live back then. And before YouTube started, we were Facebook Live, and before the whole shadow banning and whatnot, we were getting 30 to 40,000 live viewers a night. So it was an hour of just talking about law enforcement stuff. I just left an apartment, was all pissed off about shit, so I had something to talk about. I didn't know if I could do it. And then I got picked up by a company. There was an internet radio station. And they said, hey, do you want to do a show? And I'm like, yeah, do you want an hour or two? Give me a 2-hour slot. I have no idea what I was talking about. It was conventional radio. It was 27 minutes, 3-minute break, 27 minutes, 3-minute break, 29 minutes, 3-minute break, 29 minutes. It by myself. I did that for 3 years, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. I didn't know what it was called until a man named Doc Thompson, he passed away. He started our radio station. He had said my show is called A Stream of Consciousness. So all I do, I here's what I can't do,
and it goes out.
But I can't. So I can't air quote perform recording a video. If I put something on live, that's where my shit comes out.
Okay.
Because I've got the pressure of, I'm gonna fuck up. I got people watching. So to answer your question, I think I'm just a fucking retard. It just comes out.
It's just a savant.
My wife could talk that much easily.
How do you get on a radio? How do you get your own radio show? Like, do you have to be picked up by a syndicate or?
I did. I got very lucky for that. It was kind of like right place, right time. Oh, no, screw that. I'll thank him publicly again. Joe Biggs. It was Joe Biggs way before he was, January 6th and pardoned. We were doing lives on Facebook because Facebook first had the live feature come out, and I would do cigar in the car, take questions for law enforcement shit. And I see Biggs is on, and we were following each other, had never had a conversation. I'm like, oh my God, Joe Biggs followed me. And I DM'd him, not thinking he would ever see shit. And I said, dude, if you press this button, it will mirror your video because right now the words on your shirt are backwards. And it was him. I don't know where he goes, thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, seen your stuff. You ever want to do radio? So it was him. It was Joe Biggs. It was complete blind, dumb luck.
Man. Yeah. We've been wanting to get a rate. I would love for Counterculture to have a daily radio show. But the problem is that we were talking about it. Like, yeah, we could stream on X. We could stream on YouTube, but you can't stream on audio platforms unless you're on a radio show.
Yeah, you can with we were on the meeting we had before. I'll say it publicly. Fuck Stu Peters. We were on what's the iHeartRadio live.
Oh, you were?
We were. That was the feature. So Doc Thompson, who was Glenn Beck's fill-in, left the Blaze. And he took a bunch of people over and they started the network. And so Doc Thompson had an in. And that was our marketability. It wasn't I was podcasting. It was I had a live internet radio show for 2 hours a night. That's what made it a standout. And we had Stu start his career with us. And the next thing you know, after about 6-8 months with us, iHeart says, you got to get rid of this guy because of what he's saying, or we're going to drop the entire network. So we were full free speech and we stood by Stu. And Stu fucked everybody over, left the network, started his own shit, and we were all left with our dick in our hands.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, that's what I think that's in our future. That's what we want to do is have, a Monday through Friday AM, so at least some kind of like daytime.
There's live features. You can stream live on Spreaker. They have that option. But again, too, it's the setup then.
There's no audience.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
right? That's the issue.
You end up kind of having to create it.
You got or you get picked up by a big syndicate like you're talking about. Dominic.
You'd have to get distributed, but then again, the question is now you play by their rules, and that's one of the biggest reasons I've always wanted not to be associated with anybody. Oh, you can't say this, you can't say this. Well, then unless you're paying me Howard Stern money, I'm not changing,
dude. And it's crazy. You don't know this until you get into the entrepreneurial world. Well, really the media world is that it's all based on sponsors. They run everything. As soon as they threaten anything, the network goes straight to the person they're mad at. And it's like, they never fucking worked for them. It's like, oh, you're the devil. These people threatened our everything. And I feel like you have the power when you're the network, when you can tell the sponsors go eat a dick.
They don't.
But you don't.
They don't.
Huh?
They don't. Last company I was with, flat out, I left them because my show wasn't getting distributed, and I was one of their only loyal, consistent fucking shows. And 6 months into my numbers like dropping, I'm like, what's going on? Well, some of the sponsors are your language is off. This you couldn't tell me that 6 months ago. I would have maybe adjusted it. So how much money did that cost me? Because nobody wanted to advertise on my show that was doing grass-fed beef or whatever fucking supplements because I dropped the C word here and there. I don't mind. I'll remove that from my vocabulary. Just tell me. But no, people on the spine.
That's what
We
I'm
used
saying.
to when I did my soccer one, it was called Blog Talk Radio was a thing, and it was like a radio show where we had a Skype number that people called into. So that was different than a chat where we're like reading off the chat. Like you actually get a freaking phone call and you take it like a radio show. So I mean that might be an option.
If you guys don't start doing that, not for nothing, you're fucking fools. I do it Wednesday nights, and I have an open line. I have a second cell phone. I run it through my board. I couldn't get anyone to call in for the show that talked about politics or whatnot. I go an hour. It's normally a half hour to an hour covering content on Wednesdays. Then I'm stuck for another fucking hour because the phones will not shut off. People love to talk about this content, and I love it. I fucking love it.
I mean, we could really do that. I mean, I can run that out of my board where I have a phone section on my board, and I mean, we just create a Google Voice. You create a Google Voice phone number, and you shut it down the rest of the week. And then when the show's live, you just turn the Google Voice phone number on, and then these people can just call in and talk.
I mean, I would want to film it though. In person, I mean, the ultimate goal.
Well, you would do it. Well, I mean, you could do it if you're doing it in person, but even if you're doing it like this, you just go, all right, hey, we got somebody on the line. Like, what's up, dude?
One person monitors the phone and
we just got to be like a producer.
Yeah.
I mean, is it? What do you suggest, Dominic? Do you think we should do it on our own, or do you think we should pitch to syndicates?
No, I think you build on your own first. Look at everybody else who build up on their own first. You build up the leverage, and then all of a sudden you have the bargaining chip. I think you make it like this is my view. I think everybody should be competing with shit, which is why it's like I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing to make my stuff successful, because then you're going to one up me. And when you one up me and you pull people from my audience, that causes me to one up. So I don't stay stagnant with the same shit. Yeah. It's competition. So no, right now what's working is the two things sell: sex and controversy. And yeah, we're all sexy men. It is what it is. But controversy, especially in the area of law enforcement, you're going to get people who fucking hate cops listening to you. 99% of my YouTube audience is all cops are bastard people.
You know what's?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh shit! Majority of your audience,
majority of my audience on YouTube, fucking hates cops.
Yeah,
I put the same content on all my social media platforms. Instagram and Facebook are pro cops. I can put the same shit up to completely different comment section, and it fuels it. But that's just because I'm inflammatory when I'm describing something, and I don't give a shit if one day I go fuck Derek Chauvin, he deserves to rot in prison forever. Then all the cop lovers hate me, and all the people who hate cops love me. And then the next day it's no. That they should have shot that retard with the fucking knife over the chain link fence. Then all the fucking, are like, oh, how could you say that? Oh my God. So I don't give a shit, but that's my formula for success, because I'm not looking to make any fucking friends, if you will. And I'm just looking to put content out there that gets attention.
Yeah. Right. Like it almost be like a Turning Point type thing, like the Turning Point shows, like where you get one of these ACAB guys that actually calls in and tries to debate a police officer about, merits of policing in America or whatever, or similar to what Juicy Chronicled says, plot twist, they're actually all cops. The ACAB people on YouTube are actually police officers. Juice Chronicled asked Tyler, did you figure out the stream unbanning or from last night from Antihero? Like what happened? You guys got banned or kicked off?
No, what happened was we ended the night. We have a main topic for our live, but we touch on anywhere from like 10 minutes to 30 minutes. Last night's topic, because you got to make a thumbnail. Well, you can't just make like 4 guys hanging out thumbnail. So you got to have a topic. So it was Corey Mills. Is he lying about his military service? Right. That's a stolen valor is hot right now. So we did it for about 30 minutes at the end of our show. And then I woke up this morning and it was gone. And everybody starts texting me, your stream's gone, people. And then we had somebody go, I have reason to believe that Corey Mills had something to do. Does anybody know who he is? He's a congressman or something out of Florida.
Oh,
Yeah, and because Tim Kennedy had our Tim Kennedy video flagged to the point where like you got to sign in to YouTube to watch it because
wow.
we said nothing controversial. It's literally just us talking, and we think Corey Mills had because they have these politicians and these people. They call one person at Google they know, hey, this is bad mouthing me, and then
They just type it up or they type it into the code and it's now fucked.
Shit, they just probably go that. What's the channel called? Yep, it's gone. I mean, Mike's been. I almost called you Copville. He's dealt with humans that are like have his page at the that could bring his page back in a click, and they're like, no, I don't feel.
Well, it's finally gone. I actually went to try to log in, like I could see the appeal status, and it says that Copville name is no longer a valid username. So, but I did. I spent hours in the chat. They're like, yeah, we see it. It's in process.
I'm gonna go make that shit and hold it hostage for you.
You can't. I tried.
You just wait.
You go ahead. Try.
It'll be that day. That day it becomes available. I'm gonna have Copville. And you got 10 G's, dog.
Take it. I don't need it. That video I posted. I'm riding that video I posted yesterday, man.
I'm gonna make it, and it's just gonna be shirtless, drunk photos of you. That's all the page is gonna be. and then an occasional text photo from Dom.
AI is here. We just compare, you and me in a bathtub full of fucking.
You know what pissed me off?
Oh yes.
AI would piss me off. I follow this really cool site that basically shows people deceased and what they would look like now in AI. About three months now I've been following. I popped on there today, and the first person he had was Breonna Taylor, and it just sent me sideways.
Would she be fatter today?
I just didn't. I thought like this guy was doing everything. Like, it was like wrestlers. It was like celebrity people, and then they put her in like it was all famous people, and then to move her into that,
she's famous.
I guess she is because it made the fucking it did. I mean, it's tragic what happened to her, but to put her in that category because some piece of shit decided to shoot at the cops.
I mean, is it tragic?
No, it's not tragic.
I mean, if you go the whole background of her with
it was
dead bodies in her car.
Decision. It's an outcome of a decision. It has to go back that whole use of force shit. I'm so tired of cops being made to have some emotional status over use of force. This is why I'm so critical of them doing force, doing it as violently and as aggressively as possible to get the job done, then shut the fuck up about it. Don't celebrate it online so that when it comes to this, go, yeah, you know what? She lost her life. I empathize. That's the world.
It sucks, but she's dating drug dealers. She's fucking got dead bodies in her car. She's allowing drug trade. She's renting them cars. She's part of the criminal enterprise. Absolutely. But to see that, I was like immediately turned off. I'm like, she's not.
Well, yeah. Well, we have just the other day, Mike Brown would have been so he would have been a doctor today.
Yeah, very possible.
No.
Well, it's funny you started creating content around that time because I'll never forget. I was in college, and the thing that kicked it off was Trayvon Martin? It was non-police related. It was
Trayvon Martin. He was not even. Yeah, he was just a dude.
Who was the one that was
George Zimmerman?
George Zimmerman. He wasn't.
That's the one that set the race war off, and then law enforcement got brought in. Eric Brown.
Yeah.
The choking. Yeah. Or the headlock. The headlock.
No, it was a cigarette in New York.
Eric Garner.
That was
Eric Garner.
And then
Mike Brown, right?
Mike Brown.
Ferguson, right?
Yeah. So there's a chain of Trayvon Martin was 2012. Then it was 2 weeks apart. You had Eric Garner, I Can't Breathe, Dr. Michael Baden, that old fuck from HBO's Autopsy. Well, his windpipe was crushed. He said, I can't breathe 8 times. Okay, I doubt it. And then you had just about 3, almost 2.5 weeks later. Then it was the Ferguson.
So I remember that decline, and it's funny where you feel instinctually like I'm going to start talking about this shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was a decline of modern law enforcement.
It's good somebody did.
So
because I've still hit, and I'm sure Justin feels it as it's still working. It's a weird transition, and I guess you had the transition too, but obviously you probably didn't care as much, Dom. But I still am cranking up the I don't give a fuck. like I find myself, my wife, even when I was started doing these shows, she's like, "You're still holding back." I can see because you're so indoctrinated in your brain to watch everything you say because somebody will twist it and have a fucking problem with it. And when you're a cop, that's a huge problem if somebody has a problem with it. Now I don't give a fuck, and it's slowly, it's getting easier to just let it fucking.
You know when you don't give a fuck is when the complete separation for me is when I went, oh my God, as much as I love that job didn't fucking love me.
No, it does not love me.
That's when I went, it's okay to shit on the profession if your intent is to improve it.
Right.
Is it for me?
Correct.
Yeah. Jerry Worms was texting me about these recruiting videos. I guess are there some recruiting videos that are like MTV style based or
Memphis?
Worse than that? Get them, Dom. Worse than that.
West Memphis. It's all designed for fucking blacks. I'm sorry. It's the black culture that they're trying to bring in. West Memphis did one. Fort Worth. Not Fort Worth. Yeah, Fort Worth. They shit on Dallas for it. It's all meant to get this young urban thug black music culture, and it's disgusting. It's embarrassing.
So Fort Worth then did a switch because what was it like 3 years ago that they did the like fake redneck car dealership or the fake cowboy car dealership where the guy was like, he was a little chubby, he had a cowboy hat on, and he's like going down all their cars. He's like, over here we have this, over here we have this, and it was a recruiting video. So they've changed it. All right, this is you.
Oh, hold on, let me
picture
one of them.
Nature of several cops out there, right? Those who honor the paycheck and not the oath they swore to the
This just may be me talking.
And sadly, that was a shit.
Okay.
This is where was this from? That was
Atlanta, Georgia.
No, oh my God, Atlanta's got fucking ghetto detectives.
Yeah, bad.
Oh my God,
the girl with the fucking
right,
the girl with the fucking thing.
If you're in Atlanta, Georgia, and you're chained to a radiator in somebody's basement, getting raped violently every day, no one's coming for you.
Not a person.
No one's coming for you. The two detectives for Atlanta, they got them. They started their own page, and apparently it's already gone viral. You're too hot to be cops. This and that. All right, great. Right.
Next, it's going to be subscribed to our OnlyFans.
I'm trying to sell OnlyFans. See that? It's for sale.
Holy shit! Look at this. I'm going to share the screen again. And I'm going to go to Instagram. She looks like a sex doll.
Yeah.
She doesn't even look real.
She is not. So I've got a ton of people email me about her. Apparently she was a cop for 3 years and I'm not shitting on her. This is not the point. And I can't stand, it's just how I say shit that gets me in trouble. Awesome. You wanted to become a police officer. Great. It was a legacy. Her father, her grandfather apparently was. Go walk in their shoes. That's great. If you look at her content, you can't be an attractive girl like that and be taken seriously. And she's in her squad. I'm doing, this is my lipstick and this and that. And that specific video was, this is my suggestion if you want to be a female cop. And she mentions fitness and jujitsu and scoping out the department you want to go through. Nothing about the Constitution or anything. But apparently she left that department. She was with two different departments. One she left, either she left or they ousted her after FTO. Apparently what I was told is that she claimed sexual harassment against her FTO because that's the danger of bringing in women. The last department she was with, she wanted to do this, The Snake, a reality show.
Well, you forgot one part. Rumor has it she was forced to SRO because she was that bad on the road. And her landing department where she stayed.
Unbelievable. Well, she couldn't get the time off for that, so she quit. And now apparently she's applying in the process of being hired with Hollywood Police, who's got that other Latina police officer face
in South Florida, like our Hollywood. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah, the chick that never wears any equipment, walks around like fucking a model and does nothing.
Yeah,
you don't make any money from it.
I have zero problem with that. But what women don't realize is if you got an ugly broad who goes and becomes a cop, if the four of us are all in the same department, it's just an innate human nature where an ugly woman comes in, we're going to treat her like a sister. And the danger of it is that still you have that big brother, I got to protect her mentality. And yeah, if she gets in a use of force, you run a very high risk of one of us going a little bit harder because that's our sister and it's an emotional protective that men have. When you have somebody who looks like her, I don't care who says what. all of us are going to be like, hey, let me show you the ropes. Let me teach you this. And we're just, you want to dominate that shit. Women don't understand it.
What's that Snapchat? Cause
oh my God. It's fucking ridiculous. And they bring it upon themselves. That's why I keep saying women do not belong in law enforcement.
But they all flock together because she was in a picture with Haley over the weekend.
No, she wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, I swear to God she was. That girl was in a picture with Haley. I have it on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to her talk, but
there is nothing wrong.
That's her making the announcement that she's on the show.
Yep. And it's in the problem I have is she went on a show about being a master manipulator. Now, you want to lie and manipulate your suspect when you're doing interviews to get them to confess? Do that all day long. You want to say you're a patrol officer representing the culture of law enforcement and you're a master manipulator? Fuck you.
It's unfortunate. It's a long running issue too, because when I started, we definitely overvalued the female performance if they just showed up. It was like, well, she showed up. And I think that's a big point my wife always makes is nowadays women because we're that big, the same thing you're saying, we like to, protect our women. So they just show up to a call and do a half-ass job, they get praised. Versus if a guy does a half-ass job, he's immediately like, look at this fucking dumbass. And
slacker, piece of shit.
Yeah, people attack just females. So let's take that out of it. Your normal person, a female will show up and do
it's the specialty
a 10% job.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, well, she didn't run. What the fuck? When was running?
Departments are afraid to get sued by women. And you have to prove that you didn't sexually discriminate them. You have to prove that. They could sue you anytime. Hey, rewrite this report. It's got to be factually accurate. Oh, I'm suing you for sexual harassment. They could do that any damn time they want. And it's a problem.
I feel really bad for that because if we're at 14%, I think I said this in that episode that aired, there is a percent, and it's low because there's only 14% total that are just grinding. Their nails aren't done. They're dirty. Their rifles are used. They're training. They're fighting, and they have to combat that stupid bitch and all these other chicks like Haley. That it's so far. I can see where Izzo would say they shouldn't be cops.
It's worse now.
How can you get the 13.5% acting like that girl, and then there's just this one little percent, and it's like,
well, those 1% are going to be the trouble now. Because
because when they start speaking now, they're going to get attacked by the rest of the percentage.
Not just that. Here's their mentality before. Nobody says what it's true that they're going to feel I have to go and prove myself among men, right? So they're going to have that attitude. I got to go out. I got to work harder. I think we've all worked with females who, man, they love to bounce heads off squad cars to prove their shit. Yeah. So now what happens when you not only have to prove yourself amongst men, but among women? It's going to set that shit in overdrive.
Yeah, I would hope the ones that message me and that see my wife talking now that say, I can relate to that. I'm hoping that they maintain the good stuff they're doing and don't overdo it because it's so glaring which ones are not doing anything and which ones are there for just to look pretty in a uniform. And then the ones I just hope, and that's why I kept telling my wife, even before this social media, before I even started any of this was, you got to get a bunch of chicks in the room and explain it from your standpoint of what it really is like to be a female cop, how you're always at a disadvantage, how you always have to work harder. Can they do it? Yes, there are some that can, but the overwhelming message is look pretty in your car. We're mighty. We can, you can sue them anytime you want. Exactly what you're saying. That's the majority. And you're such a small percent. It just stands out so much more when this, some kind of like crime.
Don't forget, and you can leave your department and go to a different department so that they can get their 30 for 30 because you didn't get your detective position. So you know what? I'm going to go to this department because they're short females, and maybe I can get detective there faster. Oh, never mind. I'll go to this one.
I see chicks that have left our department or were turned down by our department within under 2 years are now detectives or specialty units.
You're all over TikTok. Look at 3 years seems to be the theme. I see all of these people online, these females who are on their TikTok page, hundreds of thousands of followers, and that's all this. I've been on for 3 years. 3 years seems to be that benchmark where they know everything at this point. It's insane.
Well, they can
know shit at 3 years.
Like Justin said, you can be back in my day. If you left your department and went to another one, you got about one time. The second you went to go to the third department, they're like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? He's moving around. You can work at fucking 8 departments now in 2 years, and it's not a big deal. The agencies are so hurting for bodies.
Yeah.
That you can just hop around anywhere in the state, keep moving, and they're going to hire you because they have to have bodies. So it's just the whole game has changed about stability. And you know, you can go fuck up at this agency, be a TikTok star, be a moron. Izzo calls you out. You just mosey on over to another one and get hired at that one, and then you got a clean slate, and you just keep moving around.
And the thing is we're like they want to be the TV show cop, they want to be the detective, they want to be the SWATty, they want to do all that stuff without getting any experience now, and you know, and it takes time to get the experience and all that stuff, and it's like, yo, you're not getting rounded in anything, and where you get it and where you earn it is on the road. So
and
you know, you got it.
It's not just women.
Yeah, it's guys too.
Standard is falling.
The Constitution is going to suffer for that.
Yes.
We saw what happened during COVID. You had cops who were enforcing bullshit mandates. You come up now to your point. What you said, these kids grew up on TikTok. What do you do? And this is, I believe that they're doing this on purpose. Command staff knows what their people are doing, and they have them on a leash for their social media to leverage it. It's just like in my day was, here's the brand new squad car for doing a great job. Oh, you're pissing us off. Now we're going to take you out of it and put you in the shitbag Impala with no AC. Now it's you don't want to do what we say. We're gonna yank your ability to do social media. How soon? Until you have an army of people that say yes, yes, yes to where roll call today. We're going to go enforce a red flag law.
Now.
Street.
It's now.
Yeah, it's now. Yeah,
you're going to have an army of drones who will do whatever they can to keep their TikTok status.
Nobody will think for themselves. They will go violate the First Amendment. They'll arrest people for the Second Amendment. They will. I'm with you. There's an army of brainless kids behind those phones that will go break the law if the admin tells them to. Where we used to go, that doesn't sound. I'm not doing that. That doesn't sound right. Like, you can fire me, dude. Like, I'm not going to take anybody's gun. I got suspended from working overtime during the COVID because of the mask thing. I refused to wear it. I was last standing till they suspended me 90 days from working overtime detail, because I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm going to go yell at somebody. They're not going to be able to fucking hear what I'm saying. They're going to say they didn't hear me or they didn't know what I was doing. I stood hard on that, and look what happened. They shut the whole fucking
There's
world
no threat anymore.
hoax.
We used to say all the time here, don't get me in the Dirksen Federal Building. That was it. Don't get me in a lawsuit. Yeah. Kids today, it's they don't even fear being sued at all.
Fuck, they don't even know what that means. They don't even know what the fuck it means. That's not real to them.
Dude, imagine me working right now, which is what I'm doing right now. Our body cams are fed into an app that has AI that listens to every single word. The AI watches the video and it flags it and it dumps it into a supervisor's inbox for this app. And whereas before you had to have it was maybe a random or at least a citizen complaint about some type of interaction. Now there's things like, I said the word retard on a call and I got flagged, and my sergeant texted me and enjoyed the context and said, not a problem. But now they're watching that video. So it's like, you can't do any. There's things that you have to say to people sometimes that they get triggered in these videos, and it might cause them or IA to look at other things in these videos. And it's like, dude, like, there's no complaint, there's no violation of policy, but now you're going to start like, wait, it kind of looks like it might be a violation of policy. I don't know.
Where's that going to lead?
They're taking discretion. They're going to take discretion out of the job too. They're going to be able to mold you. Like, I didn't hear the word citation. He must not have wrote a citation. I didn't hear that word on that. He doesn't say that word enough. So let's look at him. He's not writing enough tickets.
And as a former PIO, a public information officer, one of those things that this app would then create is it makes it so much easier for public records requests to be found. You no longer are dumping them with, hey, I've got 8 officers on that scene and it's going to cost X amount of dollars to give you this public records request for videos. Now it's like, oh no, just search your little app and you can pinpoint the 30 seconds I need for my Instagram video to make me go viral and create a giant wave against cops again. So it's
all going to federalize police, just like with
you
guys had racial profiling for traffic stops when that came up. Racial profiling for the when you had to type in CAD for the stop. We used to have verbal warnings used to take 30 seconds. Get out of the car. Hey, I pulled you over for this. All right, license, insurance, great. You run them. That's it. Was done. Then, because of a Highland Park cop, same area that had that shooting at the 4th of July, it was a Highland Park cop or somebody in Highland Park complained that they were only pulling over Hispanics, this and that. And the next thing you know, it was a national movement to do racial profiling and traffic stops. So now a verbal warning took 10 minutes. Turned out he lied. He was lied because he was disgruntled. What you're talking about is going to turn into a national movement. And in 10 years, you're going to have a standardized, federalized law enforcement across America.
That's scary as fuck.
And who's not wearing them?
The Nazi party.
The command staff is not wearing them. So all of you have to abide by all these new rules and all this new technology. We're going to walk around the station cussing, sexual harassing, using slurs, doing everything we always did.
Dude,
none of us are held accountable. You guys are.
Less than 2 years ago, the watch commander for night shift that was writing people up or making the sergeants write people up for body worn camera language things and all these violations didn't fucking wear one. Exactly. That blew my. I was the only one. Like, are we gonna stand for this? That the guy that's making sure we are disciplined is out there. He's a watch commander. He's out there. He's out at night with us. You know,
showing up on calls.
I'm pretty sure our lieutenants don't have cameras in their cars.
Well, doesn't
like everybody else?
90% of Grady Judd stuff doesn't have body cameras?
No, they don't have any. No, there's zero. Wayne Ivey and Brevard and Grady Judd do not have body cams.
Fucking insane. And that's a guy who glorifies fucking police shootings.
We'll shoot you dead. We'll shoot you a lot. And we'll write it exactly up. It'll come out just like we said.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to wrap it up. It's past 10 o'clock. Thanks for everybody for listening. Thanks for everybody hanging out. We really appreciate you, and we will see you next Friday.
95 Ocean, you have an open mic. Oh, 95 Ocean, open mic. Oh, 95 Ocean.